You already know something is wrong. You feel it when you wake up and the first thought in your head isn't excitement, it's dread. A heavy, quiet dread that sits on your chest before you even get out of bed. You feel it in your shoulders that never fully relax. You feel it in your jaw that you clench without even realizing it. You feel it in the way you snap at people you love over things that genuinely don't matter. And the scariest part? You've started to think this is just how life is supposed to feel. It isn't. What's actually happening to you has a name, it has a mechanism, it has a cause, and most importantly, it has a solution that most people never find because nobody ever explains stress in a way that makes actual sense to a real human being. That's exactly what we're going to do right now. And if even 5 minutes from now you start to see yourself differently, this video will have done its job. Now, before we go any deeper, there are programs linked in the description below this video. They go far beyond what we can cover here. If you've been carrying this weight for a while and you're finally ready to put it down, take a look. Most people keep scrolling. Most people tell themselves they'll deal with it later. Later has a way of never arriving. Let's talk about what stress is actually doing to your body right now, today, as you sit here watching this. Your brain has a built-in alarm system. It's ancient. It was designed for survival when survival meant escaping predators. When that alarm goes off, your body floods with hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, blood rushes away from your digestive system and your rational thinking mind, and moves toward your arms and legs so you can fight or run. This is brilliant if a bear is chasing you. But you're not being chased by a bear. You're being chased by deadlines, by financial pressure, by relationship tension, by the constant noise of a world that never fully shuts up. And here's the part that will stop you cold. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a real physical threat and an emotional one. The boss who sends a harsh email, the bill you can't pay, the argument that played on repeat in your head for 3 days. Your body responds to every single one of these the same way it would respond to a predator. Full emergency response. Every single time. Now imagine that alarm going off not once but dozens of times a day, every day, for months, for years. What do you think that does to a human body? Your sleep collapses. Not just a little. We're talking about lying awake at 2 in the morning with a mind that won't stop moving. Studies consistently show that chronic stress reduces both the quality and the duration of sleep by significant margins. And without real sleep, your body cannot repair itself. Your brain cannot consolidate memories. Your emotional regulation falls apart completely. Then your immune system follows. The research on this is striking. People under prolonged stress get sick more often. They heal more slowly. Their bodies are so busy managing the emergency that they stop maintaining the building. Then comes the weight. Cortisol tells your body to store fat, specifically around your midsection, because in survival mode your body is preparing for famine. So you eat more. You crave sugar and salt and processed food because your brain is desperately searching for fast energy, and then you hate yourself for it. And the self-hatred creates more stress, and more stress creates more cortisol, and the cycle tightens like a noose. But here's what nobody talks about. Stress doesn't just break your body, it breaks your relationships. Think about the last time you were truly overwhelmed. Were you patient? Were you present? Did you listen the way you wanted to listen? Or did you snap? Did you withdraw? Did you watch someone you love try to reach you while you sat behind a wall of exhaustion you didn't even choose to build? Stress steals the version of you that the people in your life actually fell in love with. And it replaces you with someone who is running on fumes and reacting to everything and genuinely cannot access the warmth and the humor and the generosity that lives inside you. This is the real cost. Not just the doctor visits, not just the sick days, not just the productivity that tanks. The real cost is the life that passes by while you're too overwhelmed to actually be in it. Think about 1 year from now. If nothing changes, if you keep absorbing everything the same way you've been absorbing it, if you keep waking up with that weight on your chest, if you keep losing sleep, if you keep missing moments with people you love because you're somewhere else in your head even when you're physically in the room, where will you be in 1 year? Will you be closer to the life you actually want? Or will you be further from it? Now flip that. Imagine what changes when the stress stops running you. Not some fantasy version of a perfect life, just a realistic version of you, operating without that constant alarm screaming in the background. You wake up and your first thought isn't dread, it's possibility. Your body doesn't feel like it's carrying an invisible weight. Your shoulders sit lower. Your breathing comes deeper. You move through your day, and when hard things happen, and they will always happen, you respond instead of react. There is a difference so vast between those two words that people who've crossed that line describe it as becoming a completely different person. Your relationships transform. You become someone people actually want to be around, not because you're performing happiness, but because the authentic version of you, the one that existed before chronic stress hollowed you out, is back. Present, warm, capable of real connection. Your focus returns in a way that's almost startling. People who successfully learn to manage and regulate their stress response consistently report dramatic improvements in productivity. Not slight improvements, dramatic ones. The kind where you accomplish in 2 hours what used to take an entire exhausting day. Your health begins to rebuild. Your immune system starts doing its actual job again. Your sleep deepens. Your body starts releasing stored fat because it no longer believes it needs the emergency reserves. You didn't go on a diet. You removed the biological signal that was telling your body to hold on. And perhaps the most powerful thing of all, time starts to feel different. When you're not in survival mode, an hour feels like an hour. A conversation feels like a conversation. You stop living 5 steps ahead of the present moment, bracing for the next collision, and you start actually inhabiting your own life. This is not philosophy. This is neuroscience. This is what happens inside a human nervous system when the threat response is no longer the default setting. Now here is where honesty matters. This does not happen by itself. Understanding stress is valuable, but understanding alone does not rewire a nervous system that has been in emergency mode for years. The people who actually make this shift, the ones who describe their life as genuinely before and after, they didn't just watch a video. They did work. Real, structured, intentional work. The kind of work that has a framework. The kind of work that someone who has already walked this path can guide you through far faster than you could navigate it alone. What takes some people years of suffering and trial and error to figure out on their own can be compressed dramatically with the right guidance and the right tools. That is exactly what the programs in the description below this video are built for. Not for people who are curious, for people who are ready. There's a significant difference between those two. Curious people keep scrolling. Ready people take the one step that changes everything. If you're still here, still watching, you already know which one you are. The description is right below this video. Everything you need to take the next step is waiting there. The question you have to ask yourself is a simple one. How much longer are you willing to wait to feel like yourself again?